It's June. We've officially entered into the annual territory of Call of Duty reveals. Or have we? The end of May, early June has been when 13 of the last 18 annual reveals have happened for Call of Duty. The only anomalies being Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty World War II, revealed on April 27th and 26th respectively. The only others to break the ranks of a May and June reveal, well, the most recent of the last few years in the Warzone era. As dictated by the release and the marketing rhythm offset by a March launch and larger spring update for Warzone in 2020 onward, Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3 were all opted to be revealed in Warzone, while the larger projects, a generational reset for Modern Warfare 2 and a 4-year dev cycled Black Ops 6 were both June 8th and June 9th reveals respectively. So this is a massively roundabout way of saying, according to the average COD reveal, we should be seeing something happen soon, right? Well, when? Today, I want to pitch you some theories here on my thoughts on when these upcoming reveals will be and when you can look out for what potentially could be named Black Ops 7. I want to share a bit of a heads up perhaps here in a fun speculative manner while away. Season 4 and other content coverage will resume once back, but for now, we're going to be chatting about reveal potential, all of which is estimations based on patterns we can pick up from the last 12 years or so of following this franchise daily, but sure, nothing is guaranteed per se. So with our average on the COD reveals, we've already missed out on that window for late May, but June's still in play. Notably, Microsoft's Xbox Game Showcase is actually 1 week from today, this next upcoming Sunday. In fact, this is actually the same event that we saw Black Ops 6 revealed this time last year, though that following immediately after the finalization of the acquisition of Activision, and thus the entire Call of Duty IP was brand new to the Xbox library. So they gave their coveted direct slot to Black Ops 6 and Call of Duty, as they had with Starfield the year before, and they're doing with The Outer Worlds 2 this year. So we won't have a 60-minute showcase dedicated solely to Black Ops 7, but there is still the chance we see something there, it seems like, right? But what if we get something even sooner? Surprisingly, this upcoming week is actually kind of big for the games industry as a whole. Not only do we have the Xbox Game Showcase this time next week, showing off a ton of first-party games for Xbox, but this upcoming Friday, we have the Summer Game Fest kickoff broadcast, a show hosted by Jeff Keighley annually that showcases a ton of new and upcoming games where trailers and world premieres are shown, announcements are made, and as in the past, some games even get shadow dropped during and after the show concludes. As we talked about recently, my hope is that Embark does that with Ark Raiders, but anyways, what are the odds we get something in regards to Black Ops 7 there? Well, frankly, while I'm super excited to see what more announcements as a whole in the games industry there are with this event, for COD I have very minimal expectations that anything will be shown off at Summer Games Fest. I mean, think about it. A first-party game at this point for Xbox and Microsoft where they've invested a ton of money, they're going to want to control the marketing, the narrative, and the platform in which that is on to promote eyes to their own presentation or a product presentation that will present the game in itself, if that makes sense. We'll get to that and what I mean about that more in just a second. But I'm thinking it's more likely their own event. So my thinking is that we might actually see something at the Xbox Game Showcase, but honestly, probably not as much as what you're thinking. I'm thinking we're going to see one of a couple of things here. Number one, it could be the start of the viral marketing. Things like the campaigns of The Truth Lies or Pawn Takes Pawn in the most recent Black Ops games, and others similarly. We could start to see that kind of stuff kickstart and really take off from there. Stuff that leads for the next month or so, teasers and things that give us a sort of heads up of what could be happening in the future, but not quite yet. Number two, we could see a simple stay tuned type of announcement type of thing. Like we end up getting something that says, hey, a Call of Duty reveal is upcoming in X amount of time. Or three, maybe we get like a logo reveal and confirmation of Treyarch being the developers here with this. Something that's a quick mention of, hey, the team at Call of Duty has an announcement to make, Black Ops 7 coming later this fall, developed by Treyarch, more to come soon. Something as simple as that. But why would it be so little? Why would it be something that in their own first-party presentation, they have the opportunity to really show off a lot? Why would they do so little? Frankly, I kind of think it's a number of reasons. Number one, and probably the biggest, is Warzone's revitalization, if you want to call it that. Verdansk is apparently doing very well. Even if we aren't necessarily pleased with it as a player base, they're going to want to use that focal point as a springboard again for more eyes, more engagement, and more retention, being that the player numbers are already higher. You end up putting a special event in that, it's going to inflate those monthly active users to numbers that are way higher than the normal if it's just like a seasonal update or just a regular day of Warzone. And number 2, I personally don't know that I think that they have as much hope and expectation of blockbuster success for this upcoming title as they did with other games in the last 5 years to break the later reveal pattern in Warzone. This game, from all reports, doesn't appear to be as put together as people hope. It's rumored that the campaign isn't any good, the multiplayer is, minus a few differences with fundamentals, going to be relatively the same as what we have now, which is what people have grown bored of. It's basically looking like a Black Ops 6 2.0 with a new setting and a few more gameplay features and a different campaign. All being developed in suboptimal time and seemingly predominantly by Treyarch, whereas Black Ops 6, Raven handled the campaign and Treyarch handled MP and zombies as they did in Cold War, plus had ample amount of time. Since the sort of probably around Season 3, Season 4 era of Black Ops Cold War, they had all of that time onward to work on Black Ops 6. Probably a lot of that went to also future-proofing for Black Ops 7 as well, but still, you had ample amount of time versus what we have compared to this Black Ops 7 development. Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 6, whether you enjoyed them or not, were larger resets on the franchise and their offering with full developmental windows attached to them. While we may not have liked the way one or both of these turned out, they had a full weight of the time and gameplay changes behind them, being the sort of final project style thing that everything went into versus, say, a midterm paper or something of the games like Vanguard, Modern Warfare 3, and what appears to perhaps be Black Ops 7, just not as much depth and complexity and sort of weight behind that offering. So in the same vein, I don't think that they're really too keen on jumping full into pushing this just yet, whereas Black Ops 6 could be making them still decent numbers in what they had hoped, but even if it's suboptimal, it's not something they want to just jump ship just yet. This one isn't the, oh, this is a big one, y'all, get ready for it, if that makes sense. Okay, so what about the sort of full window as a whole? When would a full reveal be? Personally speaking, I'm kind of anticipating this going back to the way of Cold War, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3, if you haven't picked up on that already. A Warzone reveal of some kind in the near future, maybe like mid-August or something, that has a quicker to launch, condensed marketing push from that point onward. Something that won't roll out until mid-August, but then immediately be met with an open beta, and then a mad dash of information leading towards a launch in October or in November. With the reported increase in player counts compared to what they were this time last year in Warzone, not Black Ops 6, we have talked about that, where that seemingly has dropped off a bit, but in Warzone in particular, with a heavy investment into the future of Warzone by bringing back the original map of Verdansk, it seems like there's too many chips in play favoring the Warzone hand to not play it out, to not utilize the additional set of eyes to get those player counts even higher to please the shareholders and suits in power who only care about those KPIs. So will we be right? Who knows? The earliest indicator is absolutely going to be this upcoming Sunday, and I don't know that I care enough to bet on that or anything and be like, yo, make sure you watch this, but pending no changes in patterns, which, if anything, Activision marketing and PR is very cyclical and pattern-oriented, pending no change in their standard set of operations from the last 5 years compared to the last 10 before that, I think this is the way forward, perhaps. Will we be wrong? I guess only time will tell, but that's the beauty of speculation, right? We can talk about it, make educated guesses and theories, but what are your thoughts? Do you think that we will end up seeing a reveal this time next week? Do you think will be something that will be revealed in Warzone and a live event as we saw with Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, and Modern Warfare 3 in years prior, later this year? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 7 and other FPS content. I would love to have you in the community. For now, though, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.